Welcome back to Reinforce's YouTube channel, and today we got a banger for you. We got an interview with Rakattack about main support perks in Season 15. Now, Rakattack is one of the best main support players in the world, having competed in the Overwatch League for Vegas Eternal and later on for Energy Shock in owcs. So it seemed like a no-brainer reaching out to him and asking him for his opinion on what perks are the best in Season 15. But before we get into today's YouTube video, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave a like, and drop a comment down below with what perks you would like to see for your favorite main support heroes. But that's it for now. Please enjoy this interview I did with Rakattack about main support perks in Season 15. Which hero should we start about? Should we talk about Juno?
Sure.
All right. So I'm going to run through the minor and the major perks, and you just kind of give your take, like which perk is better, what you use them for. I don't need to elaborate too much because, at this point we kind of learn it. But starting out with Juno then. So you get the pulsar torpedoes, lock onto allies 35% faster, which is what most people take. And then you have the hyper boost while using glide boost, passing through hypering pushes you forward. Which is your kind of preferred choice there? And what would be the reason for like picking each of these two?
I always go for the torpedoes. I mean, faster lock-on's like nice. So it's just like gets you there in a pinch. But the other one, not gonna lie, it's just kind of counterintuitive because you have to use your speed boost and your shift at the same time. And if you use both of those and like mess it up, then you have like a huge window to just die.
Yeah,
you don't have speed or shift for a while.
Yeah, you use speed for like, your team and you, but then you use glide to like escape more. So you kind of like want to separate them, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that one's pretty straightforward. Getting faster torpedoes, very nice. Don't need to spend too much time on that. The master one is Medic Blaster can crit enemies or activating glide boost resets double jump. Which one do you kind of pick here?
I actually go for the reboots, like the double jump one. I used to use the crits because I was like, oh, maybe like a little bit more ult charge or maybe a little bit more burst. Like I'll still do it if I'm against like Mago or like a rush comp. I'll go for the headshots, but like being able to like do like almost a triple jump gets you so far away super fast. So once you start like actively thinking about using your double jump before shifting, it's like I think it's strong to get away.
Do you notice against like any types of compositions that used to be a problem? Do you notice that mobility like helps you out?
Definitely against like dive or like Winston's, even like Rams. Like if you double jump, shift, double jump again, like you get out of range of like everything in the game almost. As long as the Ram doesn't like slow you out of the air.
Yeah. And then for the crit, you kind of don't like, even if you were hypothetically like shooting like a tracer and you get like headshots and stuff like that, is that not enough for you to kind of like feel like you want to crit like flankers and stuff like that?
Well, I just like it. I think it just depends. If it's only a tracer as the flanker, I'm down for getting the crits, but like if they have a Winston or like a Doom or something, like anything I want to like actually escape from and not fight, I'd rather just run from the fight and have like my Lucio or Brig deal with them. Yeah.
I mean, the strength of Juno is like cycling your abilities, right? Because like they're so strong, so you kind of just want to survive and get as many cycles out you can, I guess. Yeah. Okay, that's Juno. I think Juno's pretty straightforward, right? So we can kind of move on here. Let's talk about Lucio then. So here we get the choice between sound waves knockback is increased by 15% and regenerate 4 ammo per second while wall riding. Again, feels like a pretty easy choice here.
Yeah, definitely boop. Just booping just good. Environmentals, but even like booping a Winston a little bit further away when he jumps in is just too strong. So like give up for if you tap the wall, you get a little bit of ammo.
Yeah. I mean, getting ammo sounds like a bit of a troll pick, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
I could see it being like nice for endless spam, but I think the boop is just too versatile. It's not just like, oh, I want to boop them off the map. It's like we get 15% more space per dive.
Yeah. Is there any change you'd like to see to the ammo one, or something else you think would be more fitting for Lucio?
Maybe like, I don't know. I just now thought of like a major one, but I don't know any like minor ones that would like work really. Maybe like more ammo in your entire mag.
If you just had like magazine size like 30 instead of, or well, 30 wouldn't make sense, but yeah. You increase it by a few more. Okay, yeah, we'll get to the major one then. So the major one is Crossfade range is increased by 150% while Amp It Up is active. Or you get the attack speed while you're amping.
I personally like the acceleron, like the attack speed, but I think I just use it like selfishly. In like pro play and like when I'm actually playing against like dive comps or anything though, I'll mostly probably use the noise violation, like the increased amp. After like seeing just how big the aura actually switches, it's like
insane.
yeah, it's like I can stay on like the opposite end of a choke and still like help my like dive. So
Okay.
I think I'll like start moving over to just using the noise violation one.
Okay. Was there any reason you picked the attack speed one besides just selfishly like getting more damage out?
I honestly I kind of wanted to just get used to it because I was like, all right, everyone already knows like how to play Lucio within range of your team for amp. I was like maybe trying to utilize speed really fast or like extra shooting could put you ahead as like a player. A lot of people won't get used to it fast.
Okay. All right, that's Lucio for you. I feel like these two are like fairly straightforward, so hopefully we get like an interesting choice here. Let's pivot to Lifeweaver. You got Life Grip, cleanses negative effects, or Life Cycle, while alive, regenerate 10 health per second. Upon death, drop a healing seed that heals. Where do you go here?
I think it's undoubtedly the life cycle. I think grip cleanse is like cool, but it would only be cool if it's like part of his actual kit. Like it's not worth it to give up a perk for.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of thought about this as well. Like, how much are you cleansing? You cleanse like a Bionade or like, it's not a ton of negative effects in the game anyway.
It's too niche, I think.
Yeah, and like health per second for all of these perks, I feel like health per second is in general like pretty good.
Yeah,
you just get
there's a permanent healing on yourself plus a shift that heals you, and escape mobility just makes it so like you can't die. Yeah. And when you do die, your teammates get healing.
All right. Ashento is a bit of a Lifeweaver player, and I think Ashento agrees with this very much. So, on the same page here.
Yeah.
All right. Major perk: Rejuvenating Dash adds 20 healing to your next Healing Blossom within 3 seconds. Or Super Bloom: Thorns detonate for 30 extra damage when enough stick within 1.5 seconds.
I go for the shift almost every time now. For like the shift 20 healing. Other than that, it's like against Maga and like Hog, I think I'll pick like the explodey thingy, but I didn't know that it like over healed to 100 at first. When I looked at that perk, I was like, oh, that perk's gonna be poop. But then when you shift, it goes to 100 instead of 80. So I think it's actually like better.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess Lifeweaver getting more damage is a bit of a meme.
Yeah.
So
I think like versus Hog and like Maga in ranked, where you're just like where you do have that time to spam the Hog and stuff like that. I think it's just fun. Whether it's the right way to play, it's like it's probably satisfying to have everything blown up.
Yeah. I mean, how do you rate the Lifeweaver primary fire in general? Like, do you think it's like a substantial amount? Do you think it's like okay?
I think the gun is actually really good, but it's just the time to swap. Like there's one like April Fool's patch that like SK did, I think.
Yeah.
And it was like they doubled the weapon swaps like time, so it was basically instant, and it like actually felt really good. Like I was able to push up like BAP numbers of like damage and healing.
Yeah.
Because like it's just too hard to pull out your gun and then shoot and then swap like super often.
It's not really what Lifeweaver specializes in anyway, so but it does feel a little bit better maybe for some players to pick this perk. Okay, all pretty straightforward so far. Is there any additional kind of like support here where you do think is pretty interesting? Like what support has the most interesting perks to you?
I honestly I feel like they're all pretty straightforward. I think like Kiri's minor perk is like the only one where like I see people going both ways, and like Zen's kick versus flying, but I think everyone's moving towards the flying perk. And then Brig, it's like the thing about Brig is like I've seen from like pro play and stuff like that. It's everyone does the 3-second whip shot inspire. Yeah. But some people are moving from quick fix to the whiplash, so like the 35 additional the critical, and then instead you take the 50 extra damage if you boop them into a wall. Like I think Violet's been running that. A lot more people have picked it up. And I started using it too. It's just like if you do have that situation where you whip someone into a wall, they like die very fast.
Yeah. We can
Like it takes
cover
off half their health.
we can cover the brig perks just real quick, just to make it clear like what kind of perks to go with there.
Yeah.
So the minor perks is the shield bash restores 100 health to barrier shield when it is enemy, or inspire lasts 3 seconds longer. And inspire obviously is like such a huge part of Brig's kit, so like you pick the inspire one every time.
Yeah, I think the bash one could be cool, but the only thing is it heals over time. So even if you do bash them, it like your shield like has to charge back that 100 health. It's not like an instant like regenerating.
Yeah.
Which like I think if it was instant, it would have some use, but that was it.
Yeah. The inspire one is just too good. But then we get to the major perk like you mentioned. Quick fix, repair packs instantly heal an additional health to critical health allies, which could be useful. But then you have the whiplash you mentioned as well. Knockback can slam enemies into walls, dealing 50 extra damage. So can I just expand on either of those major perks and what situations you use out of them? Yeah,
so I think like at first everybody thought like the 35 healing and crit is gonna be it, but I think like the threshold between where you die when you're crit and die is like very small. So I think people are moving towards the whiplash perk, because if you hit that extra 50 damage, like I have a tracer right here, he's at like what, like maybe 40 like 2 health. So and it makes a 225 HP character be half health. So it's like if you do hit that random whip onto a wall, it's like they might just die.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's like a lot of extra damage.
Okay. So that's kind of like what Brig does anyway, and so you just make Brig a bit more lethal, so you might as well take the perk. Can you expand on the other one a little bit more? So you mentioned that what you're essentially saying is that like if someone is crit health, like they're probably dying anyway, you're saying, and so it's hard to get value from it, or?
Yeah, in my opinion, it's like if someone's crit health, like you're Ana, I mean, they're probably either like naded or you're being dove by a monkey, which like it can bail you out of some things, but at the end of the day, it's like if you're already in a situation where you're like crit and stuff like that, you've probably messed up your setup of the dive, or you've like planned something wrong. Like you shouldn't be like on the brink of death where like that's the make or break. It should already been like something else went wrong if that's what's saving you.
Okay. Anything else you wanna?
But it's still nice.
You wanna add on these main support heroes? I'll let you get back to your queue, but any perks you would like to see for some of these main support characters? Any ideas you've had after playing for a couple of weeks?
Not really. I mean, like I want to see them like rework the Brig Bash, maybe make it instantly regenerate. Lucio, I mean, they probably just have to put something else in the grooving spot. Maybe like something to do with wall riding or boop gun damage. I don't even know, because like the boop is just so good.
Would you say that because the perk choice is so one-sided for a lot of these characters that you haven't really gotten to like explore the decision making? Like, does that make sense? Like, do you feel like it's been a bit of a letdown in terms of like how one-sided it's been?
I wouldn't say like a letdown, but it's just kind of like if I want to be playing at the top of my game, it's like I just see boop does 15% more. I'm like, okay, I'm never gonna pick the other one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even gonna like see how it feels. Like it's just not worth it. Like you do regenerate ammo really fast, but like I'd rather boop someone than shoot them at the end of the day. Like on Lucio, I'm not like trying to duel people, but if I duel people, like I'd rather have the 15% boop to maybe make that distance away from the enemy.
Yeah.
Rather than 2 more bullets.
At the end of the day, it's like gunbot, just like, hey, heal bot, sit in the back line and heal bot. So you're not, unless you're Frogger, I guess you're not wall riding too much to make the ammo useful. Yeah.
And then Mercy, I don't know anything about Mercy. I played Mercy like twice. I was honestly thinking like, should I ask about Mercy? So, but I played it like few games, but yeah, I don't really. The GA one, it's like what Mercy
30%
like
increase
heals if she's connected to a full health ally, which is like cool. But I think like the 30% like GA range is just super nice. It's like a very, very, very long range. And then the other one.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got
No,
some
you're good.
subs real quick. So sorry. Bit
You're
distracted.
fine.
Thank you, Blinkerton. Sorry. All right. So yeah, okay, I'll run through Mercy real quick. So it had Angelic Recovery. Mercy receives 15 health per second while Karyu staff, I don't even know how to pronounce it, to be honest with you, is attached to a full health, or you have the range increase for the GA, yeah. So just run through that real quick.
Yeah, so I mean, I got yelled at by Lep in game because he thinks that the healing per second is better, but I thought it just like sounds weird if you're, I mean, I guess it's like if you're damage boosting someone. I don't even know if it heals you when you're damage boosting someone, but like it might be nice to like be healing someone and running away and get like that 15 health per second. But for me, the 15% range is like a lot. I think it's like 50 meters or something. Like it's something like crazy. So I just like having the option to GA like, oh, it's 40 meters.
Holy.
I like having the option to like GA from like super super far away.
Yeah.
Give myself like a little bit more.
And then finally, we got the major perk. Secondary fire links to a second nearby ally, so you give more people damage boost, or you get the flash heal that every 15 seconds you can restore 150 health instantly, or to like, instead of the rest.
Yeah, I think that going forward, if I ever play Mercy long enough to get the major, I'll probably pick the chain boost because the healing thingy, like the flash heal is cool, but 15 seconds off your res is kind of bad. Especially, I don't know if you can Ajax like the heal, but if you Ajax the heal, now you can't res.
Yeah, I shan't to mention
So
the cast time is like kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Because you have to like time it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like 15 seconds. If you mess up and then those 15 seconds, like someone dies in the next even like 6 seconds, it's just gonna be so hard to res them.
Do you think if it was instant, like old instant res, or do you think it would be like much better?
I think if it just like maybe like put res on like a 5-second cooldown or something.
5?
Maybe not
5 second?
I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't take from res. I think it should just be its like own thing. Maybe on like a 30-second cooldown, but not do anything to res.
Maybe if you did like an instant heal, but you sacrificed some of your healing per second with the staff for like the next 10 seconds or something. So like you traded healing over time for like instant heal, maybe.
Well, I was just thinking like put the flash shield on a 30-second countdown, so it's like lamp almost, but it doesn't affect your res at all. Like your res just stays the same as it normally is.
Okay.
But maybe that's broken. I don't know. But I feel like this character needs something broken to come back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's Mercy, right? I have people asking like, oh, they should rework Mercy, but I'm like, yeah, but Mercy is also like one of the most popular characters in the game. So like, it's just its own kind of thing,
Yeah.
It's tough.
I don't know. I think like I don't know anything about Mercy. I'm not gonna lie. I like picking her, but
yeah. Do you think you could build like final question here, and then let's go back to Q.
Yeah.
Do you think you could build a comp around like the double damage boost? Like, are there cases where actually damage boosting 2 characters is like pretty useful?
I guess because I was just VOD reviewing one of our like the JV main support of Winthrop, and I was like thinking, like that just came out of my like thought is also the last time I played Mercy was Numbani first defense, like that top corner, like the top left corner of defense. Like maybe if I had double beam, like if they're diving into me and we have like an Ana and like a cast in the corner, it'll just hit both of them with a damage boost.
It'd be like an overtime game, so you get to major perk at the start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess because like, I mean, it's only if it's basically just doing what Brig does, but with damage instead of healing. Like if you're stacked, maybe you can push people out even quicker. But I don't actually know the range on how long the beams are. So if it's like Valk beams, I think it could be worth it.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I guess I don't know how reliable the healing chain is, but like you do obviously want it for like 2 specific characters, right? That really benefit. So
yeah. I think it's just like a bonus almost. It's just like if it hits someone else, cool. Like if you're sitting like top Route 66 defense.
Yeah.
And you're damage boosting your Ashe, maybe it hits your Sigma. and then maybe the Sigma can like do a little bit more damage, man.
Yeah, I was
Stuff like that.
kind of thinking like if you're on circuit, like does the
Oh
damage
yeah.
aspect like at any point is that such an like good offensive tool for the rest of the team that it'd be worth picking Mercy over other characters? But I kind of don't
I don't know
think
if it'd be
so.
worth. I don't know if it'd
Yeah,
be worth over it, but
no,
I think it's like a cool maybe little niche situation.
yeah, yeah, maybe. All right, Rack. Thank you for running through these main support heroes real quick with me. I really appreciate your
Yeah, no
time.
problem.
Thank you for your insight.
Thank you for having me.
I saw your top 500 on damage and support. So
True.
congratulations.
Yeah, I play only Torb, Sim, and Bastion.
Torb, low key, this is a nerf. it's kind of
He's
crazy.
fun.
Yeah.
I think I have a negative one right now, Bastion. But
Okay.
Sim and Torb are just too fun.
Sim and Torb are just too fun. Okay, well, I at that. I'll let you get back to Q, Rack. Thank you so much for your
All right.
insight, and I hope you have a great stream.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.